Hey guys, what's up? It's your Black Anime Queen here. Welcome back to a new video on my channel. If you hear some noise in the background, we are watching wrestling, but I do want to go ahead and get this video uploaded. I'm going to be talking about Lupin the Third, the woman called Fujiko Mine, which is actually my favorite part to the Lupin the Third franchise. So, Lupin the Third, the woman called Fujiko Mine, is centered around the femme fatale and the titular thief, Fujiko Mine, a Japanese woman who uses her feminine wiles to get what she wants, regardless if it's treasure or sex or, men. Preferably Lupin. It takes place, I don't know where it takes place, but the one thing I noticed is that the animation and the art style definitely reminds me of the manga. And I think that's why the art style and the animation was inspired by the original art style for the manga written by Monkey Punch. It is centered around Fujiko and her life and her story, although I don't really think it's about her, but we don't really learn that much about her story, like her background, like where is she from. Well, we know that she's Japanese, but is she actually from Japan? Like, where was she born in Japan? How old is she? Who were her parents? Did her father actually experiment on her as a child? Plus, she's connected to some past people that are dressed up as owls. They wear these owl masks. But then, of course, it also follows her encounter when she first meets Lupin the Third, Daisuke Jigen, Goemon Ishikawa, and of course, Zenigata. Of course, if you have seen the show, it is more darker and more mature, and it's more, sexual, a little bit more violent, but there's like a stylish take on the sex and the violence. Fujiko, she's always been depicted as a sexy, attractive female character and nothing else, but with this, it's not looked at as like a fetish, or it's not fetishized like you would see in other anime shows for other female characters. Yeah, she does kind of, have sex, will sleep her way to the top to get information, which I don't really think it was supposed to be a bad thing that she does that, because, men do it too, but, this isn't centered around Lupin or anybody else, it's centered around her. Of course, she's always the fashion icon with her outfits and her jewelry, well, mostly her earrings. Also, she has different colored hair.
Dude, I just want to say hi.
Hey, Max.
You're in the video. This is our dog, Max. Say hi, Max. Hi.
That's our dog, Max. He just wants to say hi. Yeah, she's very stylish. I like her clothing, her jewelry, well, mostly her earrings. And sometimes she's naked, which It's not depicted as her being sexualized or fetishized. It's depicted as her femininity. She's embracing her femininity, her feminine side. Um, she's also very clever, very convincing. She can be charming, but I think that she uses that to her advantage to get what she wants. She loves treasure, she loves money.
No.
Oscar is obsessed with her
Stop it.
in a not healthy way. He even goes so far as to kill a cop and dress up as Fujiko because she wants be, because he wants Zenigata to do what he did to Fujiko, which is basically have sex. We all know Oscar has a thing for Zenigata. He's in love with him. I don't even think Zenigata even notices. As far as Lupin and Jigen and Goemon goes, they're still the same, which I kind of like that they kept the characters the same. The only character I didn't like was Zenigata. He was more of a no nonsense, kind of cold hearted cop, well, investigator. Um, if he would have stayed the same, like in the other Lupin the Third franchise, he was depicted as a bumbling fool. But in this one, he was depicted as like a cold hearted, no nonsense detective or investigator cop. If he would have stayed the same, Oscar's character would have been much more likable. Of course, when we get to the last two episodes, Fujiko is going to have a mental and emotional breakdown, and we realize that Fujiko is actually a clone, and she was a maid to another woman, and that woman saw Fujiko living her life, the life that she wanted, and her mother knew that her father was doing experiments on this other woman, but she didn't do anything about it. So Fujiko and Lupin decide to take this other woman away. I don't know her name. I apologize. I'm just gonna call her Elena. Elena and Lupin and Fujiko, they go out into the sun and to the beach. This is her first time even going out and seeing what the real world is like, what life could have been like if that were her life to live. But Fujiko is saying, "This is my life, it's always been my life. You will not repress my life. You will not take away my memories and create false ones. This is my life. It's always been my life." Um, of course, we also see Jigen and Lupin at the very end. Uh, they end up working together, which that depicts, oh, are they gonna continue on to work together as a thief, as a thief game? I thought it was funny how they depicted them as owls, because they were high, obviously, off of the dizzy dust from episode one. And I thought that was funny. That was funny. We don't see anything with Oscar after that. I felt like that they should have done more with Oscar's character, but yeah. If you haven't seen Lupin the Third, The Woman Called Fujiko Mine, you should definitely check it out. Me personally, I like it because It's more on the adult side, and of course, some people would think, oh, Fujiko is just depicted as a sex symbol character. I don't think it was their intention to do that with this one, um, but I thought it was very good. I didn't really learn much about Fujiko, except she was experimented on as a child, and she was a clone, and she was a maid or a housekeeper to this other woman that she was taking care of, and they did experiments on her. I didn't really learn anything, so I was disappointed by the story. Um, I felt like they should have focused on more of her story and her background, like where was she born from in Japan, and you know who was she like behind the mask? Because I felt like she was putting up a mask to protect herself. I could be wrong. I don't know how old she is. She might be in her 20s or early 30s. I don't know. I felt like they should have focused on her background story a bit more. Um, but if you have seen the show, and if you like it, let me know what you think. I've seen it in both English and Japanese. Michelle uh, Ruff is great as Fujiko. Love her. She's amazing for this character. And yeah, watch the show if you haven't. You can watch it anywhere. I like it. And yeah, Lupin the Third, the woman called Fujiko Mine. I will give it a 9 out of 10 rainbows. And I'll see you in the next video.